All right, you guys, this video right here is for the individual who is still trying to understand and learn what surplus funds is. And I'm going to explain to you all what tax surplus is specifically. I think this is really important for you guys just to kind of really get a good grasp and understanding of how it actually occurs and how the client of yours will get paid. Because if you don't understand the process, it's going to be very hard for you to explain it to your clients. Therefore, they will be confused and not want to do business with you. And we don't want none of that. So let's go ahead and look at my whiteboard real quick as we do this quick session on Surplus Funds 101. So right here, it all starts with a foreclosure. How it happens doesn't really matter to you and I. Your client may explain to you how it happened and it may not. I highly recommend that you don't start digging and asking questions about, hey, how did you get in this situation? That sucks. You know, it's good to establish rapport, but there's some things that's quite personal, and you got to remember you're still a stranger, but you are a professional stranger. And with that said, you're going to help change their life. So there's some small details that really doesn't have anything to do with you. What you need to know is did the foreclosure happen? When did it happen? And who does this belong to? So this property right here, what happens is it goes to an auction. So an auction is basically when these homes get foreclosed on, either by the county or the city or whoever. Sometimes you got mortgages, but basically it's getting sold. And a bunch of people like myself who are home investors, we start bidding and we start, there's a starting bid, which is like, let's say 50K, right? Something really low. And let's say like we're bidding because we know that the ARV, the after rehab value or the estimated market value of the home is going to be really good. So we might bid up to $100,000. Right? But we're still gonna be profitable on that home. So now that it goes to auction, there's what's called a surplus. So the county, they only wanted $50,000. Every dollar that's above what was on the auction is called a surplus. So that's like the excess proceeds. That's additional money that the county or whoever had to lien on a home, they didn't ask for that, okay? So by law, they are supposed to get that money back to the original homeowner. It belongs to that individual. Now, what happens in most cases, in most states, is the county will send mail to that previous homeowner at their last known address. But here's the kicker. The last known address is the home that they got kicked out of. And usually these different county clerk offices, the tax clerk office, they don't have the bandwidth or the autonomy to actually find these people and hunt them down, which is where the birth of investigators like you and I, that's where we came from. We had the time and the bandwidth to find these people and connect them with their money. Well, the problem is, if they can't find the individual, then in most cases, some states are different, so let's not make a blanket rule of thumb, but in most cases, they have 365 days to find that individual before that money is either A, sent to the state, or that county office will use it for their next fiscal year budget. Now, some states, like in Florida, for example, there might be specific counties that will hold on to that money for, let's say, like 3 months, right? They'll give you 3 months to claim your funds after the sale of the home in an auction. That's when the timer starts ticking. But if you don't claim it within that time right there, they're going to send it to the state controller's office, and then you got to deal with them. You got to deal with the state. That's specific counties that will do that. You have other counties that might hold on to it for a whole year. So it's county specific when we're talking about tax surplus. Okay, so if you watch any of my videos, you know it's very easy to find these auctions and what happens in the aftermath. So watch all my videos. You guys will see exactly how this whole process works out. I also have a free masterclass in the link below, so you guys can click that, watch the masterclass, and you can make a decision. You know, this is something that you want to pursue. So what happens from here? Well, we as investigators, we get to actually do what's called skip tracing. We find the individual's information on a public record that's usually online. Sometimes you got to get something mailed to you from the county, but normally these days everything's online. Then you do what's called skip tracing. You do your little investigation process and you find these individuals. You make contact with them. You get an agreement that you're going to work with them and get them paid. You will not get paid. You will not ask for any money until you get your client paid first, and then you get a percentage of the total claim. Now, how much money you can make? It's totally up to you. Let's use California, for example. You can ask for up to 10% of the claim. So that's great. So if you're working at $100,000 excess proceed, right? You got $100,000 that's going to go to your client. Well, $10,000 will go to you if you agree on 10% of the total claim. So your client gets all this money for free. You're not getting any money out of pocket from your client. You're just getting it of the claim once it's successfully processed and paid out. You get paid, they get paid, everybody's happy. Okay, so that's how the process normally works. This is how surplus funds and all that stuff comes into action. And really, if you can explain it just how I did, just keep it very simple to the point. There was an auction, there was a sale, someone bidded more than what the county wanted. So now there's an excess of money that's available. They try to reach out to you, but they did get a response. If you do not respond within a certain amount of time, you will miss out on this money. I'm here to help you process this claim so you don't break the deadline. Because if you break the deadline, it's done. And you don't have to worry about attorney fees or any legal fees of doing this yourself. I got you. No money out of pocket. If you don't get paid, I don't get paid. Do you want to do business? So you guys, I just broke down everything in a nutshell, A to Z, of how the process begins and how it normally ends, and then everything else in between. You just really want to build your business out towards a well-oiled machine with processes and systems. You know, I explain these in all my videos on YouTube, and I also put it in my digital training course for those of you guys who are ready to get started now and you want to do it the right way the first time. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the videos. I'll see you in the next one.